Hey. Hello and welcome to the USC Outsider podcast. I'm Ric Barbera. This is Scott Pitts.
I'm him. Let's kick it off.
We're your unofficial source for the USC Southern California Trojan football team. We are not officially affiliated with the University of Southern California, and any opinions expressed are uniquely ours. So, if you have small children or you happen to be at work, you might want to put us on headphones. Why would you be at work, though? It's kind of late right now.
It's 8:30 at night. If you're working right now, you've got a terrible job.
Hey, you've got a terrible job. So put us on headphones because we might swear.
Shit.
Every once in a while, we work a little bit blue talking about the Trojan football team. If you like USC Trojan football, we should probably start talking about it because it's the beginning of the 2015 season. Fall is here. That was a drought. That was a long drought since the last game. You can shut off the... We've never... Pitts, it's good to see you.
Hey, it's nice to see you, Rick. It's been too long. 9 months.
It's been 9 months, and this is the first season in 7 years where not only will Pitts and I get to interact with one another for the podcast, but you have the misfortune of seeing how Pitts and I interact on this podcast for the next 30 minutes or so.
We actually have clothes on now.
Yeah,
They
didn't
made us
usually.
put those on.
Yeah, the things that we've worn over the years, or the lack of things that we've worn over the years, have been uncomfortable.
I actually was way more comfortable wearing less, but now you've got me in this tie.
Less is more.
Less is more. Wow.
So now we've got to talk about the USC Trojan football team.
Oh, do we have to?
Yeah, lots
There's
of
a
things
lot
happen
to-
in the
yeah.
offseason. Coaches are drunk.
Hey, listen. To have a drink. That's all.
He had a little fun at the Salute to Troy.
Salute to Troy. Yep, just a couple weeks ago.
So that caused a stir. We can't have one off season without weirdness.
No.
Can't have one off. The one consolation prize was the weirdness at UCLA with Diddy and his kid.
Oh, and then they had a kid get arrested last week for stealing a phone from his
The
Uber
defensive
driver.
end.
The
He
defensive-
stole defensive back stole an Uber driver's phone at UCLA.
It was felony robbery, though. So
Why
there must
was
have
it
been
a
something
felony?
more-
Was he
we don't know.
an
There
Uber,
must be something
Uber driver
more to it.
slash mailman.
Maybe he was a governmental worker.
And
Governmental.
they deserved UCLA deserved some weirdness, and
It took a little heat off of Sark.
I
but
thought
not a lot.
maybe this would be the year where there wouldn't be any weirdness at USC. Turns out I was wrong.
Yeah.
Sark got drunk and made a speech. Actually, there's nothing wrong with it. What he said was "fight the fuck on." He just said it in front of a lot of deep-pocketed donors. He said
And
it
kids.
children,
Yeah.
the sweet children.
And
he said
he kind of slurred it.
it.
If you know what I mean.
They asked the media not to come. There is a reason why they. And my opinion is that I think from let's say after World War II and maybe prior to 1985 or 86, the majority of the Salute to Troy is completely drunken, debauchery-filled parties before the season kickoff with everybody drunk, making speeches about how great the team, including the team, including the team members. I think beer was just passed around. Like in the first Bad News Bears, they gave beer to kids.
They did.
And
They
like
did that.
in Bad Santa, they just, because kids love beer and they can hand them out because they come in those great cans.
Yeah, it's a different time that we live in today, Rick, with cell phones and people capturing that stuff, those little snippets. But
It's a damn shame.
It's too bad. I hope Sark gets his act together. It was probably the biggest mistake for me is that he's supposed to be the leader of men, and he should be leading by example, and that probably wasn't the best example to set. That being said, I do like the stuff that he's doing this week.
Oh, he's preparing.
You heard about this?
No. Okay, what?
Two great things. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard about one. One is he has ceded play calling duties to Clay Helton.
Yes.
Clay Helton will be calling the plays this year down on the field.
Clay Helton
comes
is the
down out of
offensive
booth.
coordinator. If you have not paid attention to the football team, and you have every reason not to, they haven't been winning a lot. There's been some turmoil. There's been sanctions. Sanctions are over. And Clay Helton has been the offensive coordinator since, I believe, 2010, when Kiffin brought him over after Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
He was in Memphis, and then Kiffin brought him over to be the offensive coordinator at USC. And now Clay Helton will be calling the plays. From the sideline, he will not be up in the booth. He will be actually on the sideline calling the plays, which was sort of an area of concern last year because people said that Sark's play calling was not indicative of a good game manager. Would you agree?
I wouldn't totally agree, but I would agree that it definitely took away from his head coaching abilities.
You don't agree with me, I'm leaving.
Okay,
I'm going to go.
You should probably go then, and it's going to be a short season. Anyway.
Under the table.
Right under there. The fact that it took away from his ability to be a head coach and manage the overall team. So you're right. As far as game management went, there were some clock issues a couple times, I think, if I recall. Lots of stuff. But now I think he's made a really good decision and shown a little bit of maturity to go in that direction. The second bit of good news is that going from the sidelines up into the booth is defensive coordinator Wilcox.
Really? I did not hear. This is news to me right now.
Yep.
So Wilcox is going to be
He's going to be able to see and he's going to have his all the position coaches coordinating everybody down on the field.
Do you think that'll
he could
translate into more blitzes?
I think he might be able to see a little better up there what's going on overall. So we'll see how that works out. But I like all these things, and it's a step in the right direction, and it's not more of the same. We have some coaches who are willing to say, hey, that didn't work. Let's try something else.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine to see that there's going to be there's a compromise, sort of.
I like it.
Compromise being made. There hasn't been a lot of compromising in the last few years. So this should be, you're saying this might lead to, maybe... I think it's going to lead to better game management because I was very frustrated with knowing that Sarkisian was calling every single play for me to get mad at last year.
Yeah.
That tended to make me irate during most of the games.
Yeah.
And then during the week,
you'd still fume a little bit.
I would dream about it, being angry.
You'd have those anxiety dreams.
Wondering why Justin Wilcox wouldn't blitz more.
Yeah.
I would that. Yeah. Why the sanctions had happened. Why the NCAA is still an organization. No one calls it what it is, the cartel.
Yep.
Which I would like to say congratulations to Tom Brady for beating another cartel. That would be the NFL today, and Roger Goodell, who deserves to be fired, as does Mark Emmert for the NCAA. They cannot do their jobs. They cannot mete out punishment. They cannot govern. They do not deserve to lead. Actually, I said the same thing about Sarkisian last year. He makes millions of dollars. He does not deserve to get a paycheck.
You did not go easy on Sark.
He deserved $1 a game or to donate his paycheck to a good Los Angeles charity when he lost miserably.
Okay. That said, it's a new season, Rick, and
we're
going to try something new, and we're doing something new here. As you can
I'm dressing like a man.
That's all new and not necessarily better. I kind of liked the way you were going, but you look fine this way as well.
So you like your tie.
Thank you.
All right.
What? This year we're going to do things a little differently. I used to do my picks online, and they were written. I'm going to do them here live tonight. Yeah. We have another new segment, which is Cocktail of the Week.
Uh-huh. That's right.
What else are we doing? We're going to have way more guests this year.
And if you feel strongly about something that you want to hear us discuss live, and I have no idea if this is a good idea or not, I think you can tweet us right now or here. Comment immediately. Somebody in this studio will actually see your question, comment, and be able to comment on it if we're able to.
Yeah. We'll talk about you.
Which could be bad or good because this is the internet and it's open up to everybody.
We should get like a phone and give that number out.
I was thinking about doing that.
That'd be fun.
Or I was thinking about giving out somebody who we hate, like their number, if we could find like Jim Mora's number and just give it out like, hey, call out with our USC questions.
Yes.
I'm sorry, little Jimmy Mora. If we could give out his phone number, we could do that.
We should do that. Rick.
Yep.
What are we drinking tonight?
Tonight's drink. For the kickoff, we're doing a drink that has some of its roots in Los Angeles, the Moscow Mule, the traditional kind. This is going to be, I'll make one later. This is going to be your, I think, use 2 ounces of vodka, ½ ounce of lime juice, and approximately 4.5 ounces of ginger beer that I got at Trader Joe's, or whatever ginger beer they have. I think it's I forgot. I don't have the bottle in front of me.
Ginger beer of your choice.
Yeah, you just stir it up. You can then throw a slice of lime in it. I like to throw a slice of lime and cucumber in it, and then you just drink it up. So for this kickoff
over the ice, huh?
On Saturday, we are drinking Moscow Mules tonight. Be drinking some later. Come on by and get yours.
It's delicious.
So that's what we're doing. That is the official USC Trojan Outsider podcast drink of the evening. Enjoy them, guys. Make them. I did it because you can usually find those ingredients at home except good ginger beer, which is how I think the Moscow Mule started. There was a ginger beer distributor who couldn't sell the shit. And same thing with like the vodka guy. I think vodka was yet to hit real big in America. This was in like I believe in the 30s or 40s, maybe right after World War II. Then apparently they all got drunk one night and decided to do it. And one of the owners was the guy who used to run the Cock and Bull restaurant at Boulevard, which in 19 became a car dealership.
Is any of that true?
Most of it. Sadly, most of it is.
Okay.
Most of it is. And the owner of the vodka part of it owned a time machine.
Was it a DeLorean?
I don't have any other things to add to that.
Well, cheers to that, Rick. This is a delightful drink. I'd like to thank our lovely hosts. Do you want to give them a shout out?
David and
our new poor Alex, who's working his butt off here for the first hour.
Yes, for better or worse, you're able to see us due to these fine people.
Yep.
Who thought, no, we shouldn't probably do a podcast devoted to sports. Who's gonna watch that? USC Trojan fans, because we've got an intrepid reporter who right now let's call him Gumble Brown.
Gumble Brown. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget his name.
And Gumble Brown will give you tidbits of information about what to expect at the game this week. For instance, USC may see a true freshman running back.
Wait a minute. Yep. Is this breaking news?
This could be breaking
inside
news.
Scoop right here?
Unless our friends at like Conquest Chronicles have already broken it. But I believe that we may see a true freshman running back. And
so you're saying that your source, Gumble Brown, has told you that Ronald Jones II, the 6 foot, 185 freshman, true freshman, might be getting the rock first.
I didn't say his name, but yes, that is correct. Yeah. So somehow we have the same source.
Well, there's like I said, Ric
we have an intrepid reporter.
Yeah.
And Gumble Brown is saying that there may be a freshman running back starting this Saturday at USC.
Incredible.
Being that Sark, I will give him this. He's an incredible recruiter. He's just showing the country that, yes, you can come to SC and you can play as a freshman. And you will play as a freshman.
I like it.
You can start as a freshman. And we may see this as soon as this Saturday at kickoff. 8 p.m. Pacific time, the only time that matters.
That's so late. Nobody's going to watch that game.
Do you think anybody's going to watch what's on after? It's the Washington-Hawaii game or something like that?
What time does that come on? Like 11?
It's like, yeah, like 10 or 11.
I don't.
Everyone's going to be hammered.
East Coast is not watching that game.
It'd be fun to watch that game in Hawaii.
Yeah,
I think I'm right. I think it's Hawaii, Washington. Check Pitsy's picks and see if I'm correct on that one.
Well, in the top 25, either one of them. So.
You only do the top 25?
That's right.
Racist.
That's how I run.
So the kickoff is at 8 p.m. I don't know where you can watch it. It's on the Pac-12 network, which means that maybe a third of the people actually who were cheering for USC not at the game will probably have to listen to this thing on the radio.
Me being one of them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, there's rumblings that there's a chance that DirecTV is going to get the Pac-12 channel by the time game time gets here. But
you want to take a bet on that? Rumblings that
I don't want to take that bet.
DirecTV will get it together.
I don't want to take that bet.
To actually show Trojan fans the Pac-12 network and the game.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that bet.
No. I don't see it happening. It's just not that strong of a market. I don't know why they're playing the games like this. They should just have it on. They should just make another basic simple cable station that you can get with like Digital Bunny that you can tune to, like channel M.
Well,
and then
SC should not have taken part in this deal for the Pac-12 channel. They should have said, no.
I think they had to. Weren't they strong-armed?
I don't know. Maybe, probably,
by
but
the commish?
They should have said no and just done the thing and
by Larry Scott,
done their own channel,
the
women's
USC
tennis
channel. Coach. May not be a women's
yeah, no, I don't think that's right at all.
No.
Anyway, Rick, what's next? What do you got? So much to talk about, so little time.
I think let's talk about the Impact Player of the Year. We're gonna make a choice here.
We should write this down.
The
Right.
impact player of the year. Now, this I say this by saying if they can stay healthy. Impact player of the year. Who do you think it's going to be, Pitts?
Well, it's either got to be a Dory Jackson or Sua Cravens,
Okay.
but it's probably going to be somebody like J.R. Tavai or something, but he's not on the team
Oh,
anymore,
a defensive
so,
player.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
All right. So the
Yeah.
what I think is that you and Gumbel Brown are on the same page with Adore if he can stay healthy, because it seems like the team wants him to play every position, every play, no matter what's going on with the ball.
He's the guy.
Kickoff, punt returns, offense, defense, halftime show, playing the quads
I thought he was
and
playing
cymbals,
tuba this year.
as well as being the drum.
Mhm.
So he has to wear, and the really tight outfit.
Mhm.
So they want him to do like everything. Who I want it to be, who I would like it to be, is the running back. Smashy. I want it to be Trey Madden.
Trey Madden.
I want to see the last time I saw Trey Madden, he was stomping over the Irish defense at Notre Dame Stadium a couple of years ago when I went with Irish Tom to the game. As you know, we lost that game. Notre Dame Stadium. We got very conservative. That was when Coach O was there for a minute, and Trey was looking good. He hurt his ankle, and then he's been out the last season and a half.
Last year, and
So he's back. Sark likes what he's seeing in him.
Good.
And I enjoyed watching him run. Buck was certainly fantastic last year, but this year I would like to see Trey come back, take it over,
take the mantle.
and be the next 50,000 yard. Let's see.
50,000 yards. Wow, that would be impressive.
Think he's got a shot.
He would have to run every down and break every play
Hand him a rock.
from the 1 yard line and
This
go
is his last
99
year.
every year.
He's going to go after this year anyway, so we may as well just get 50,000 yards.
Well, he
I
should.
know that's not remotely possible
Could.
for him to
It could
get
happen.
50,000 yards unless he started running now.
Yeah, and not stopping.
So we've got we are playing. Oh wait, is there something that you wanted to add, or would you like to get into the first game and who are
What about
rivals?
a kid like Juju Smith?
Very happy that Juju Smith is part of this team.
Yeah, he could get
Stephen Mitchell.
off. Yep. Darius Rogers.
It's
skilled
his
players are
time.
Very good.
He's wearing the number 1 jersey.
Yep.
Time for him. Number 7 is Mitchell.
That's right.
Juju Smith is back, always a difference maker. We have
Number 9.
a veteran now, a returning at least offensive line. The defense is going to have to do some interesting stuff. Dawson is hurt again,
Yeah.
at least for the
Guy
first
can't
game.
stay
But
healthy.
apparently we've got
Terrible.
a freshman who can step right up and go right in.
Yeah, good.
And the defensive line has to replace the big cat and Hayes Pillard, who they're saying cautiously could be done. I'm not crazy about the fact that we open up with Arkansas State and Idaho, but they are, in effect, really good warm-up games before Stanford comes, and thankfully Stanford is here this year, which I do think will
that's
make a
huge.
difference. So I don't mind the fact that we're sort of starting off with 2 softer teams, or not. I mean, not softer. Anything can happen. See Boston College last year.
Yeah, right. Well, let's talk about that. USC has the talent, and they certainly have more than they did the last 2 years. Do you see this team getting to the playoffs? Do you see this team losing 2 games, losing 3 games, losing 4 games? What do you think?
I see us losing to one of the Arizona teams, whether
Probably
it be
Arizona
State
State.
or Arizona. We have there's and Reverend Bob, the second bravest man in the world.
Right. Sure.
It went to Arizona. So for Reverend Bob, there's a Wildcat that's close to our hearts, and I will say that if it's gonna be one of them. I think we're gonna lose the Arizona teams. I believe we will lose again. I'm sorry to UCLA. I don't see us getting past UCLA this year.
I do. Yeah. Rick, you always say that I'm the negative one.
What there's about, we're just realistically, I don't see us getting past them this year. Now, that being
You haven't
said,
even seen the team yet.
Yeah, I know.
What they look like.
And another one in there. There's like Oregon
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one up there.
up there. I mean, unless we injure them, like unless that quarterback who they're bringing on gets injured,
Well, we'll see.
and stuff happens, we might be able to take them. But the sanctions are over. We were very deep this year. It is Sark's opportunity to really shine. I know that Pat Hayden, the AD, mentioned that he would come back for 2016.
Sure.
And certainly if he does not come back and Sarkisian underperforms, although Sark is a great recruiter, I believe. I mean, USC sort of sells itself, but the fact is he's got to go out there and sell his brand, and I believe that Sark is a great recruiter. This year is his chance. He is a great coach. If he drops really stupid games again, I don't see the point in him hanging on for longer than a third season at USC.
It's tough when you have those anomaly games like last year, like Boston College and like, what was it, Utah on the last play of the game, Arizona State on a Hail Mary, undefended basically. Mm-hmm. Those were tough pills to swallow. And,
as was UCLA. That was just sloppy.
That was a
beatdown. He just got out.
Yeah.
But then UCLA, when they played Stanford, just blew it completely and totally.
It's a different year, and I can't wait to see this team. I can't wait to see what they can do.
Okay.
And I'm the eternal optimist.
Really? Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's just during the games when things are looking down, I get a little tough on my team. But anyway,
you're going to the
probably. Let's talk captains. Did you see the captains for this year, Rick?
I did not see the latest Avengers movie. I'll make it. What are you talking about?
I'm speaking of the captains for the USC. Cody Kessler.
Really, that's a surprise to me.
Max Turk. That's a nice little captain pickup.
All right.
Antoine Woods, number 99.
Yep.
Sua Cravens, and Anthony Sarro. So I think that's a nice bunch. I think there's
boys. Go get them.
No real surprises in there.
No.
Got just about all the leaders from all the squads there.
I picked 4 song girls.
Yeah, you probably would have.
I would have had them come in as the leaders for this team.
That'd have been weird.
No, it wouldn't have been that weird.
What would they do if they called heads and then they won, and then the ref asked them if they wanted to defer?
I thought you'd ask me that. They'd get in 2 small vans at either end zone and just drive really fast toward each other.
I see. Okay. Well, anyway. Rick.
Arkansas State opening up the season against Arkansas State this Saturday night.
What are they called? The
Red Wolves.
Red Wolves. Yeah. I predict SC is going to win that game big by at least 3 touchdowns. Red Wolves, do you know anything? You want to tell us about them? Do you have any notes on them?
No. Of course I do. So they've got a quarterback, Freddie Knighton. Now, this young man is fast. He is sort of a smaller version of Marcus Mariota.
Oh.
He was the second leading rusher on the team last year. He can kill you with his feet, and he can kill you in the air. He's a real good improv guy. If you suggested that he route and then talk about what's hanging in front of him in the kitchen, and he would be able to just nail those. He'd make you laugh, and then he'd kill you downfield. Yeah. He's very creative.
Okay.
It's like he went to the Groundlings, and then
Groundling School of Football.
The Groundling School of Football. Yeah. He's very creative. He can do whatever he needs to do. So I'm worried about that, obviously, because USC has been burned by guys like him in the past. He's not as tall. He's not a tall gentleman, but
so he's a little
able to get the job done. Yeah, and
those always kill us.
And that on the other side of the line, the defense for the Red Wolves is a lot of JUCO transfers. So they're
older.
They've got experience. They don't care.
That's right.
They have nothing to lose. Yeah. So they're in and they're stocking it up. This is a second-year coach for the Red Wolves. Now this is Gus Malzahn's team.
Okay.
And then these Red Wolves had 4 different in 4 different years, yet somehow always managed to, out of the, I believe, 4 out of the 5 previous years, they made it to a bowl. Huh. So these kids are driven. They're well coached. They've got good intelligence. They want to play. And there's no way that although they are playing away from home and USC should beat up on them, I would not say it's going to be an easy game. I think the score for the first 3 quarters maybe closer than everyone wants it to be. And then we end up beating them, I believe. But there is no way that I would say, oh yeah, it's a gimme. Not with Sarkisian's coaching from last year, not with the way the team's been. Now maybe that the sanctions are over, we're just gonna pound them.
Yeah, I think the sanctions are over. I think he's gonna.
No, the sanctions are over.
They're over.
Don't lie.
He's gonna open the gates and let the beast out.
Okay.
And I'd like to see that, and I think every Trojan fan would like to see that. I don't know anybody that would want to see them be conservative.
Beast out at the
salute
to Troy.
He let his demons out. What did our friend say? What did Jazz say?
Yeah. I love it.
I love a man. Pep rally.
Got it.
Good.
And for those children listening, bring your demons to the pep rally. Always bring your demons to the pep rally.
On that note, why don't we take a quick second and have our little guest on, who is going to bring a new little piece to our
that
podcast. That
sounds good.
here.
It's time for me to make some more drinks.
Great.
So,
are you making drinks?
Since we are on the
Thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
got a long drive.
You get to walk, so are
Yeah.
you bringing me in?
Yeah. Come Ladies
anyway,
and gentlemen, David Fickas would like to talk about pop culture and what's going on. This is
a new
being
little
brought to
feature
you
here.
on the FrogCast, and now
Hello.
have you slid in?
Is this good, Alex? Are we good? Let's thank Alex Reeves over there for engineering and being amazing.
Dodgers
I
just
apologize.
took the lead, by the way.
They did?
Yep, 6-4.
The Dodgers took the lead,
What's
6-4.
What's the
All
score
right.
on the Utah-Michigan game?
I'll check that for you shortly.
Rick,
Let's
are you
let-
going to make drinks, really?
Let David introduce himself here.
Hi, everybody. And I just want to say, as from I See the Frog, I'm thrilled to have the USC Outsider Season 7 be part of I See the Frog and the FrogCast. Last week, we did a little bit of the FrogCast,
was
and
fun.
you guys were our guests, and we talked about this, and it was very exciting. I was going to do a little to break away from football and talk about some USC greatness.
Let's do it. So we're keeping the theme of USC.
Keeping the theme of USC, because there's some amazing USC stuff happening outside of football, although I just want to say it's been a pleasure listening to you guys over the years. I'm excited that you guys are here, and everything I get to drink with two of my favorite people. And
well, thanks for having us.
I'm looking forward to a wonderful season of
too.
both football and listening to your guys' bull.
Thank you, because we spew it deep, David.
It's amazing. And by the way, who is signing this helmet?
That's Mike Garrett, our first Heisman Trophy winner and last athletic director, who got us in a big heap of shit.
Oh, well, that's signed right there by
Yeah.
Mike Garrett. Heap of shit. Okay, so
anyway.
while Rick makes us a drink, I love that I set up. I'm also the cameraman on camera too, and I love that I set up a 2-shot, and Rick just left.
I'll scoot over here.
But I wanted to make a couple of entertainment announcements. Now, Pitts, get over
real
here.
quick,
Pitts, get over here.
Utah
Switch mics.
has just defeated Michigan 24-17.
This just in: Utah, the Mormons have defeated what?
BYU or the Mormons.
Oh.
They beat Michigan.
Michigan.
Yep, the Wolverines.
The Wolverines,
led by Jim Hardblow.
not tied to Red Dawn in any way.
No. But that's why they were called the Wolverines, because that took place up in Michigan.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, little known fact. And
And,
we saw that movie in theaters on my 11th birthday.
Yeah, and it was one of the first PG-13
It was
movies,
the
and your mom had
first
to buy us
rated
the tickets.
PG-13 movie, along with Dreamscape.
Yes.
Although everyone thinks Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was a movie, but no, that is not true. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Reason they created the PG-13
Listen to
because
that.
of all
Yeah.
of that shit.
Now that's some deep shit
All of
right
that
there.
shit.
That's
And
USC Film School talking right
That's
there.
USC Film School, although not directed by a USC film person, Steven Spielberg, who actually went to.
Long Beach State, my alma mater.
There we go.
So there's the tie-in.
So that goes for some entertainment, and this all ties together to a few announcements I want to make. Excuse me.
That I didn't know that.
You
that.
didn't know that?
Yeah.
Okay, first off, in entertainment news, another USC alumni cast of SNL, which is fantastic. We have a guy named John Rudnitsky, who I wasn't familiar with, but I Googled him and I watched a short film called Straight Outta Newport, which was a parody of Straight Outta Compton. Only featuring, instead of NWA, it featured Sugar Ray. And I thought it was pretty funny. So this guy is joining fellow Trojans, Kyle Mooney and Beck Bennett, as a cast member. So
Wow.
SNL is starting up soon, as well as Dave McCary, who is also not a USC person, but is so associated with. through Kyle and Beck in the sketch group Good Neighbor that he's kind of like you. He's kind of like he's kind of in the mix. Like,
sure.
Sure. So anyway, everyone look out for John Rudnitsky on SNL.
Very cool.
The other things I wanted to mention is on I See the Frog, please go to iseethefrog.com where you can, I love that Rick is just making drinks. iseethefrog.com. We're featuring a lot of Trojans and a lot of fun stuff. One of the things that we featured was Kat Knipp and her fiance Alec Wells, who were featured on Good Morning America for their kick-ass Back to the Future 2 engagement poster, and then their engagement video that was based on the movie Halloween. And I wanted to point out that a little-known fact that people do not give credit to the amazing John Carpenter, class of 1960.
That's right.
Of USC.
Big time.
About Lucas and Spill, even go there. But John Carpenter is a Trojan. He kicks some ass. And that engagement video, bring it to me if you're going to put it there. I'll put it over here. Here comes Ric Barbera.
He's coming
back in. So I wanted to point out that those guys were inspired by Trojan John Carpenter. Thank you. I was introduced to them by Trojan Riley Rose Critchlow, who works with Drama 3-4 and I See the Frog. And cheers, everybody. We're going to get back to football in 2 seconds because I'm going to jump out of here.
I liked Escape from New York by John Carpenter the best. Out of all his movies, I loved that one. The Thing was always, one of the ones that seemed